Hey everyone, this is Renee Millman here, and I want to talk to you today about perfectionism. And I'm going to start by telling you a story. So, a couple of years ago, I was looking at this woman's website who did yoga and some other kinds of fitness. And she had this picture on her website of her doing a warrior pose in yoga. And the first thing I did was I stared at that picture and I thought, her form is wrong, her leg could be a little higher, her hip is tilted, and I just went on and I made up this list of things that she could be doing better. And I just in my head just critiqued the hell out of her website and her pictures and everything. So now, coming back to the present moment, I have my own website and I'm doing videos and I'm the one getting criticism. So it's kind of an interesting turn of events. And if I look back to that time when I looked at this other woman's website, I was too afraid to do my own website because I didn't know how and I had wanted to, but I was just too afraid. And I wasn't ready to take that step and put myself out there. But now I am, as I said. So I wanted to bring this up to you because I want you to know that I am going through this too. Anything I talk about or write about, I am working through and or have worked through or continue to work through on a daily basis. And in starting this YouTube channel, I really wanted to address the topic of perfection and perfectionism. So what I could do is I could say, I'm going to spend 3 years making videos at home alone and only share them with myself and maybe one close friend and never publish them. And then when I'm really good, then you can see my yoga videos or my wellness videos or whatever it is I put out. But the truth is that that's not how it works. We all start as beginners and we make mistakes and we learn and we grow and we figure it out as we take steps, and then years go by and then we have some experience to speak of. But until then, there's some ups and downs and you don't know what you're doing, and that's okay. So what I want to impress upon you today is that if you have an idea, if you have a dream, if there's something you want to do but you're afraid to, I want to encourage you to do that. Chase after it. Don't wait until you're an expert because you have to start as a beginner, and that's a beautiful and wonderful thing. We all have to be beginners. We have to have this beginner's mind, this unknowingness, and that's great. And if there are people along the way that say you're no good and that's not okay and that you did that wrong and your hair looks wrong and no, this is wrong, so be it. You're doing what you love, you're doing what you feel you're called to do, and that's important. That's what's important. The other thing I want to challenge you with is to consider that there's no such thing as perfect. That this thing of this so-called perfectionism that we're striving towards, of perfect work and perfect body or perfect whatever it is, consider that it doesn't exist. Think about it. Many times we are chasing after this ideal of being perfect so that we can escape shame and blame and criticism from others and from ourselves. But as Brené Brown states, and I highly recommend you check out her work, she's where I've learned a lot of this. She says, perfectionism is not healthy striving. It's really, as I said a minute ago, to escape criticism from others, to have people point out our flaws, and so we hide. Being a perfectionist is not something to be proud of. If you want to improve yourself, that is a wonderful thing. Strive to become a little bit better every day than you were yesterday. But to be so superior and so perfect, well, no one would want to be around you then, because no one is perfect. We're all learning. We're all here on this earth to grow and to learn and to become better. I once heard someone say this was years ago, and I was describing someone whose behavior had upset me, and the person I was talking to said, "Oh, so she's an FHB, a fallible human being." So many times to it's good to remind ourselves that we are all fallible human beings. We are all in process. So my challenge to you is to let go of this trap of perfectionism, because no one is perfect, and you will never be perfect. And even if you do something really, really good, you're an expert at it, that's great. If you put in years and years of practice into something, that's awesome. But remember, perfectionism will not save you. It will not keep you safe, even though many times we think it will. If only I was perfect, no one could criticize me, because so many of us fear criticism from those who are closest to us, and we have that criticism towards ourselves. So I dare you, I challenge you to believe in yourself 100%, to love yourself 100%. Yeah, and I dare you to trust yourself. You may not have all the answers. That's okay. No one does. Darn it, and I wish sometimes that wasn't the case. When we can let go of the ideal of perfectionism and trust ourselves, love ourselves, and believe in what we're doing and who we are, the world will open up to you. And that acceptance that you are looking for from others will come in, because you will be giving it to yourself. And that is the secret, which really isn't the secret, but I think you get what I'm saying. Okay? So think about that, and if you have overcome challenge of, or if you have let go of perfectionism a little bit, or if you're facing that fear, I'd love to hear how it's going for you and what happened and what you did. And if there's a video you would like me to talk about or do a yoga video about, please leave it for me in the comments below. I would love your feedback. Okay? Be well. Remember, go within. Your answers always come from within. We always want to look outside of ourselves for our answers, but go within. Hope to hear from you soon, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.